Welcome back, art friends. It's Animal Week. I am ready. I got my animal print shirt on today and earrings, and I've been thinking about all the fun things that we can do together with animals as our theme. So today's nice and easy, kind of ease us into it. We are going to do this super cute little rhino. And I'm going to start right away with the supplies so we can get going, okay? Are you ready? We're going to need 2 pieces of paper this time. We're going to need, I even wrote it on here, 2 small or a half sheet of paper that you can cut, 2 small, and then 1 large. And you can pick any colors you want, but I really want you to think about your colors today, all right? I want us to really use contrast or complementary colors to help the rhino pop off the page, all right? Complementary colors do that. Like a compliment makes you shine, it makes you stand up taller, it makes you feel proud, right? We want our rhino to complement this background color, or the background color to complement our rhino, make it stand out and be proud. So to do that, we kind of need our color wheel. So let me grab that and we'll take a look. Complementary colors on the color wheel are always opposite. So for example, if you want to make a purple rhino, and those are the scraps that you have at home, you're gonna look on my color wheel and you're gonna go straight down and find that the opposite or the complementary color is yellow, right? Good job. Same thing, if you have green, and this one's easy to remember, the opposite of green on the color wheel is, can you see that? Am I too close? Red, right, like Christmas. That's how I remember it. And my rhino is going to be blue. Does anybody have a guess what the opposite of blue on the color wheel? Let's see. Let's see if you're right. There's blue, and the answer is orange. So there we go. I'm going to use orange as my background today. So I'm going to put that up right away. All right. So you need a big piece and like a half size sheet or 2 small rectangles of the opposite color. All right. And if you don't have that and you just are like, oh, Mrs. Icorse, I just want to do blue and green, or all I have is pink and purple, fine, that's good. It'll still be super cute. All right, next you're going to need some scissors, and what goes best with scissors? Glue. It seems like they always need each other. So we're going to use scissors and glue today for this project, just a little bit. And then black crayon or marker or oil pastel, whichever, to add our detail, like I did on mine. A little bit of detail. And finally, you're going to need to think about what color your rhino is. Remember I said mine's going to be blue. And you're going to try to find a crayon in your crayon box that matches or a little bit darker. All right? We're going to add a little shading to our rhino just to kind of give it some more interest and detail. We're going to put shading under the rhino's chin, because usually under your chin it's a little darker than on your face. And next to his legs and under his body. So we're going to use that darker color to shade our rhino, right? If we'd be using a lighter color to highlight or whatever, we'd be looking for a tint, but we're looking for a shade. We want the darker, okay? So those are all the things you need. It looks like a lot, but it's really nothing major. So grab those, press pause, grab those, and come on back. All right, welcome back. Good. All right, I'm gonna already cut my paper. I already folded it, so I want 2 rectangles. So I'm just gonna fold my half sheet of paper in half, and I'm just gonna cut on that line. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't matter. Next step, I'm going to add a little arch to the top of just one. The other piece, the other rectangle, is just gonna stay a rectangle. So his head is not gonna be realistic. It's gonna be a little abstract maybe. or fictitious or whatever you like to call that, but I am going to draw my curve. Are you ready to draw your curve? So I'm going to grab my black crayon and I'm going to put a curve or like a rainbow or an arch at the top of my rectangle, just one. And I did that on the tall, not on the short side. All right, so on the vertical with my paper vertical. All right, I'm gonna make it a little darker so you can see it. Put your arch on there, nice and easy. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake because this can be the side we put the glue on. That's what I always do. It's pretty tricky, isn't it? Then no one knows if I made a mistake. I could make 100 mistakes. No one would ever see because the glue's gonna go there. And the glue doesn't mind that. Are you ready? Let's cut that out. It's always good for your hands and your motor skills, fine motor skills to do a little cutting. All right, so there's my little line. You can still kind of see it, but what's gonna go there? The glue. All right, so I'm gonna put the glue on. If I would be using, instead of crayon, if I would be using a piece of chalk, which I would love, but I don't have those here at home yet, I would probably do the gluing last. Color first, then cut, then glue. But today, I'm just using a little crayon, so it doesn't matter. All right, but that's another option for you. If you're one of those people that have lots of really cool supplies at home, you could grab out your chalk for that last step, all right? All right, this is always a little harder on the easel, but you can see now what I did. Here is our rhinoceros's body. Next, I'm gonna put on his head, and I'm gonna trim it a little bit because I cut it kind of crooked, but it really doesn't matter, right? All right, there you go. I'm gonna put it on top of or overlapping. We talked a lot about overlapping last time with our Miro lessons. He overlapped a lot of his shapes and lines. So I'm gonna kind of line it up to this, make sure it's a little straight. I want room on the top for the horns and the ears, so I think that will look good. All right, there. All right, and I'm gonna put the glue on the back. I never really go all the way to the edges with my glue, unless it's a stick glue, but I try even so to leave a little bit of space in case I need to move it or put something under it. Leave a little bit of room. And I also, if I use wet glue, never go to the edges because it oozes out everywhere. And that can be kind of frustrating when you want to put on your detail and your coloring. All right, so there he is. Next, I'm going to grab my black, and I'm going to use an oil pastel just because it's easier for you to see and for me not to press so hard. And I'm going to start with his little nostrils, and those are going to be, what shape do you think these are? Yes, ovals, good. So we're going to add 2 ovals. Kind of on the side. You can decide. 2 ovals. 2. All right, boys and girls. Now we're going to put on his eye, and his eye is just another arch like we made on his back because he's kind of like squinting and smiling and happy. Some people's eyes almost close when they're smiling, right? That's okay. It's so cute. And I'm going to add his really, really cute smile. I want him to be just a very sweet rhinoceros. I think sometimes in the wild they're not so sweet, but they're probably just protecting their kids, right? Parents are like that. We get very stern when we want to watch over our kids. Next, I'm going to put on the horns. So I'm going to put on 2. I'm going to put on like a curved triangle, all right? Or like a shark fin. I'm going to put 2 of those. One is a little smaller. This one I'm going to make a little bit bigger. You can do whatever you like. You could even put 3 in. Doesn't matter. And I'm going to add a little pattern to mine. I'm going to make some stripes. But you don't have to. I just think that might be fun. All right? Are you ready? Next, we're going to add the ears. So I'm going to make my ears kind of like a leaf shape. Another curve on top, but instead of a straighter line, I'm gonna make a curve on the bottom that looks like it's opposite, almost like I'm making an oval with a point. And I'm gonna make another one, it's gonna go behind. Another curve with kind of like a smile under it. They look like leaves, don't they? That's okay. And finally, he needs a tail, and then we'll add a little more detail to his leg. So again, I'm gonna make kind of a shark fin sort of shape for his tail. Those shapes kind of all match then. And I'm also gonna give him stripes for that. And on the end of his tail, I'm gonna put these little hairs or these little whiskers, or I don't know, just for fun. Kind of looks like a party hat, doesn't it? Yeah. All right, last thing I'm gonna put on is just one little line straight down the middle, just kind of separate his legs. All right, and if you want to, you can add some lines for grass. I don't know, he's out in the wild. You could add your name, of course, somewhere tricky. And then grab your shading crayon. Okay? The shading crayon is just gonna be a little color. I'm gonna go real light under his chin. So just down here, next to his smile. You see that? A little bit up the side of his neck here. And I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna go all the way to the top. So do you see that little bit of shading? It's kind of nice, isn't it? Next, I'm gonna do the same shading down here by his feet, maybe up the back of his leg and under his chin, his body under his chin, because that would be a little shaded too, right? If the sun is up here, this is all gonna be lighter. This down here is gonna be darker. All right, so we're just adding just a little bit of a shadow, a little shading, just to make it interesting and fun. Along his back, and maybe right there between his legs, a little shading. All right, can you see that little bit of shading? I hope you can. That's really it, boys and girls. Wasn't that so easy, but so fun and cute? I love it. We talked about shapes, rectangles. We talked about arch lines, curved lines, contrasting and complementary colors. Voila, that's a lot of art all in one super cute, fun project. I hope you like it. If you wanted to, you could add some background things. Maybe you want to put on a sun. Maybe you want to put on some cute little toenails. You could do that. If you want, you could even paint your toenails. You can decide all of that jazz. That's up to you. But I will see you tomorrow for yet another animal project. This one I think is gonna be a little surreal. So we're gonna get back into our surrealism with the project tomorrow, and I'm gonna introduce you to a new artist. So that'll be fun. All right, see you then. Have a great day and stay calm, creative, and kind. All right, bye-bye.